Laūra Preljocaj, welcome to Vilnius, welcome at the Lithuanian National Opera and Ballet Theatre. 30 years ago, in your notes to be read before the performance of Le Parc, you ask a very interesting question. In what state does love find itself today? Caught up in a crisis, a prey to doubt, faced with AIDS? What kinds of paths do feelings trace? What kind of itinerary is followed on a journey of the sentiments? How would you yourself answer that question from today's perspective?
I think now the questions are different, but the answer is the same almost.
Sure.
Because actually we have, everything has moved in the society. The relation between women and men, and with Me Too, with all the question of consentment, and it's what finally is on the heart of this ballet,
Yes.
And the time has changed, but the response is the same about love and how to start a love story finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what I find very interesting in this production that apparently, you will tell me if it's true, but you were inspired by the 17th, 18th century literature,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
which sort of made a ritual out of love, right? All these wonderful writers, and not just male writers, but also women,
Yes.
who wrote at the time. And
Madame de Lafayette.
Madame
Yes.
de Lafayette, and then also we have Marivaux, I think, in the list of writers,
Yeah.
and Mademoiselle Desjardins. So it's a wonderful literary concept that you've put into your inspiration that sees love as a ritual. And have we lost the rituals today, or have they simply changed and become something else?
This I'm not expert on the ritual of today, but I think we absolutely need ritual, and maybe some disorganization or this disease of our period is because we lost ritual, and we have
Yes.
to invent new ritual. And in a certain way, I think young people try now to invent new ritual, even in the social network, and this is the beginning of new ritual, 21st century ritual, yeah.
But in the production, we of course see the beautiful old rituals of courtship and how love is a big, big journey, isn't it?
Yes, love is a big journey, but the ritual we can see on stage is reinvented and is almost abstract in a certain way, because it's a contemporary dance. It's not pantomime,
Mm-hmm.
And that's why this abstract ritual can bring a lot of imagination in the head of the spectator.
Sure. And maybe you could speak a little bit about, the production itself is called The Park, Le Parc. And why is this concept of park as a setup so important? And what I mean by this question is that in the 18th century that you were so inspired by, the park became this, a place of artistry with its very clear structures, and but it also became a place of romance and of courtship.
Yes, exactly.
So that's why the park,
Yes.
tied to the theme of love.
This is Le Parc also because this is a natural environment, and in this park you have to find the path to get the art of your love, And this is interesting, that because there is place when you can hide yourself, or you can meet people, or you can go with your love somewhere more on the side and not be seen by the others. And all this atmosphere is very nice to explore in the ballet.
How would you describe the choreographic language of this production? Because I think it's very interesting in terms of the fact that we have these rather classical surroundings, but the language, while it has these beautiful classical elements, it is at times very fresh and modern, and we look at it now 30 years later from the point it was conceived, and it's completely fresh, it's completely new.
Thank you. I'm very touched by what you say, but I don't know. I think the dancer reactive the movement.
Yeah.
They inject in the movement a mood of what we live actually, because they are young, they are completely involved in our society, in our epoch, in our time, and this time, this epoch is print the body in a certain way. The period is print on the body of the dancer, of the new dancer, and then the new dancer bring a fresh sensation of our world, and they bring also all the disease, all the disaster also of our period. You know,
all
the
war,
tragedies, the climatic change, and all this question. Not completely consciously, but the body talk about that.
Well, because we absorb everything into our bodies.
The body absorbs the epoch.
Yes, and then when it dances, becomes transformed. And I've noticed that in your production, you often use very interesting musical choices. And music seems to be very important to you, as it is to a lot of choreographers, I imagine, because that's a very good foundation for the dance. And in this production, you went with Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. How did this journey happen to you with Mozart? Did you, what I'm trying to ask, I think, is, were you inspired by Mozart's music, or did you have an idea already of what you wanted to do, and then you selected that music as the best choice?
Finally, I had my structure, the dramaturgy, which based on 3 acts, and each act finished with 1 duet. And the 3 duets talk about 3 different states of love, which is the encounter, and after the discover of your partner, and also for the woman, it's about the resistance to love, because she don't want to achieve immediately.
Well, she's resisting a little bit.
She's resisting first and second, pas de deux, and then the last one she give up in a certain way, and then a storm of love arrive. This was my idea, and for that I chose 3 piano concerto of Mozart, who talk about. When I hear that, I say, wow, it's exactly what I feel in terms of sensation, emotion. And I built from that the 3 point of the structure. And after I complete with a moment of Mozart, symphony or...
Yes. I must ask you about the absolutely stunning final pas de deux, which has become legendary at this point, I think. And to me personally, I want to cry just thinking about it, because it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen on stage in my life, and I don't think it's possible to be not moved by it. How did this idea come to you? Was it the music that inspired you to find this incredible expression of the body? Or you knew exactly from the very beginning what you wanted to do?
No, at the beginning I didn't. I knew that I want to use this music, this concerto 23.
23.
But I was not sure. I was sure I want to express the idea that she gave up and she finally offer his body and his life to this man. But it comes during the rehearsal. I suddenly want, on one note of Mozart, I suddenly see the kiss.
Yes.
It was like, really like, But Mozart, sometimes he has a very complex language,
Yes.
but suddenly he finds a simple thing, just a point, and it touches you very deeply in your heart. And then I was afraid after a moment to do too complicated things, like don't do too much movement. You have to find the more simple thing you feel about what you want to tell. And then I just think to this kiss, and what happened after this kiss, what the body will do after this kiss. And what comes immediately is that the men start to turn, and then the body of the girl lift
Is flying
in out of gravity, and voila. Yes, very simple.
Very simple, just like Mozart's music, right? Very, very simple. And you already had a chance to work with the Lithuanian Ballet Company dancers, and what are your impressions?
I have a very nice impression. They are very dedicated to their art.
Right on 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8.
And I think they like the piece, which is very nice, which helped to work also, because the work of the dancer is very hard, and if you don't like what you do, then it's even harder. But in this case, I really feel joy and pleasure to work, and for me, it's the best way.
So thank you very much, and mostly thank you for bringing this miracle to us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm very touched by your work.